You're making history as both the first Black mayor as well as the youngest mayor of the city of Hudson, New York. So, what has that experience been like?
It's been a little bit of a roller coaster. I got elected in uh, 2019, November of 2019. I took office January 1st of 2020. And 2 months later, I was hit with like the rest of the nation with a global pandemic and everything else that kind of came with the year 2020.
You definitely mentioned the pandemic. That was, I think, a struggle for us all, and we all were trying to navigate that. So, what were some other challenges you faced since being in this position?
Yeah, I mean, being the youngest and also the first Black mayor in the city of Hudson's history, there was a lot of pressure. Um, I felt like I had an entire city, on my back that I had to carry, as well as, showing that representation matters. People felt like, I was too young to carry such a big job. And now, it's interesting that, now they say it's a good thing I'm young and I have the energy to carry such a big job.
Yes, definitely a big job. And you mentioned that pressure that you were facing. That pressure, it can, definitely impact your motivation to keep going. So, has that pressure,
Mhm.
impacted you in any way?
I think it's just made me more and more hungry. My plan is to leave a legacy for whoever comes next. I want kids, especially kids who are Black and brown, to be able to say, if he did it, I can do it, and I can do it better than he did it. So that's my goal, is to keep banging out initiatives and programs and policies that are new and innovative, and that's the scope of the work that I like to do.
And what is your connection to the community of Hudson, New York? It's a small town in New York. So, kind of give me an idea of your connection.
Yeah, so I was raised in the city. I went to school here. I've kind of felt a lot of the issues that aren't really talked about. I grew up with a single parent household, a mom who had issues with addiction. I'm one of four boys that she had, and I'm the only one of those four boys to not either currently be in prison or to go to prison. So I knew a lot of the issues that affect families drenched in poverty, and issues with addiction and mental health, awareness and all these things. So I took a lot of my experiences and brought them into office. So I wanted to go around and talk about some of the things and address some of the things that it seemed like no other politicians were addressing.
And it's definitely important to bring those experiences to the table because a lot of people have gone through all those things or, know the experience that you went through. So, what have been some policies or things that were shaped and developed as a product of some of the things you went through when you were younger?
Yeah, so all of my policies and initiatives, I want them to be human centered. I don't believe in trickle down economics where people, want to invest in big corporations or in, the rich population and hope that the money trickles down to those in poverty and those in the working class. So like I truly believe in investing in human centered initiatives. So the initiatives that affect people directly. And one of the ones that, I was proud to be a part of, and is actually the first long-term pilot in the nation, is happening right here in the city of Hudson, is our universal basic income initiative. And with that, actually, right currently it's 75 people in our city who are working class and below are receiving $500 a month over the course of 5 years. So that's going to be changing in the next couple of months. So we're adding 53 new recipients. So there'll be 128 individuals in our community who will be receiving these funds.
Definitely some great things that are happening right now in Hudson, and maybe the country can learn from all the things that you guys are doing in Hudson that have been wildly successful. So, what are your hopes for the future?
Yeah, right now we're working on a mental health hub that's gonna have a stabilization center for people that are dealing with addiction issues. It's gonna have a detox center. It's gonna have all the wraparound services that are needed, as well as employing mental health professionals, a diverse population of mental health professionals, and we're also going to be tackling some of our homeless issues by, incorporating a homeless shelter and transitional housing, and all of these things that, I know all too well about. And I'm happy to be doing this, in my first 3 years of office. So the future's bright. We're working on all of our parks in the city. So there's going to be renovations to all the parks, that'll help with like families, especially as we start to get out more since COVID, getting out and really enjoying that family time and having beautiful places to do that in.
Well, I look forward to seeing all those things, and hopefully, I can get down to Hudson, New York sometime soon because I have to see all of this for myself. So, we'll
Yeah, it'll
continue this.
be awesome.
Yes, we're going to have to continue this conversation because I'm just so eager to learn more. And Mayor Kamal Johnson of Hudson, New York, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you, Jaden.
Thank you. And if you guys are looking for a vacation spot, Hudson, New York.